ignition.
Lifestyles of the rich and not so famous. The gallant lady. I don't think he's hurting. We're definitely in the right neighborhood because look, there's the real tight. So we must be in the right spot. We're getting some bait here, bro. A little something for the effort. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're picking up some live bait here. We gotta have some live bait. We're running offshore. We're gonna do some tile fishing, some deep dropping here aboard the Bill Collector with our good friend Bill, and we're gonna get out there and do some tile fishing. We're gonna be tile fishing anywhere from 8 to 10 miles offshore. We've got our Dolphin Electreels. If we can find the fish, we know those things will bring them right up.
Hillsborough Inlet Bridge, Hillsborough Inlet Bridge, Bill Collector coming in on the north side. Just wanna get your next opening.
Well, we're here aboard the Bill Collector at an undisclosed location off of Fort Lauderdale, and we're gonna deep drop here. Cobe is setting up some bonita. Bill said to make sure we get the hook through the skin so it stays on. We're gonna put 3 baits down. We've got our LP light up on the top of the rig. We light up our baits a little bit down there in the deep. And of course, we're using our Dolphin Electreel, using our 80 today. We've got our Dolphin electric reel spooled with our diamond braid, 65 pound. Cody's got his lucky crab on the middle bait, so we'll see what that does for us. We're using a 6-pound stick lead here on the bottom of our rig. We've got a pretty traditional deep drop rig, except we're only using 3 baits and the hooks are a little bit bigger. We've got some LP hooks on there, Lingren Pittman, extra strong circle hooks, and we're going in. Kobe's the master at this, so he's gonna go ahead and make the first drop and show me the way to do it.
These fish are living down in the mud in some burrows, and what Kobe's gonna try to do is drop the bait in one and lay it completely still down in the mud. They will not chase it if it moves, so the trick is in 3 knots of current here for him to get that bait in a burrow and keep it perfectly still. So once he hits the bottom in one of these spots, he'll just free spool the reel slowly until he gets the bite.
So you're slowly just letting line out? Oh, it looks like one's on there now. Nice. Well, we got a good bite now. We made a second drop here. Our first drop, we used a 6-pound lead, and we really couldn't get down on the bottom the way we like, so we changed to an 8-pound stick lead. And as you can see, the deep drop masters got him on.
Kobe just dropped it in a hole there and got him on. He piled on the bait and he's thumping them all the way up. Watch that rod tip, just drilling it. About an 18, 19 pounder.
We've got our Dolphin Electreel spooled with our diamond braid. Just another great product from Diamond Fishing Products. Really a cool product. It's a round diameter on this line versus some of the other hybrids that are flat, so you can really tie a nice knot with this stuff. That's him. I got it, buddy. All right, target species. Tilefish. And of course, Bill asked me to get him in the head. We did a good job there getting him in the head. These guys got teeth. Oh, he was barely hooked, Cobe. Tile. It's what's for dinner. All right, you ready to drop? You ready, Cobe? Here we go.
gotta give him a minute to get that big bait in his mouth.
Yeah, it's a big circle hook too.
It is. It's a big hook. But we're a long way off, and they spin coming up. The smaller hooks, they come off.
Well, we got another nice fish on here. Kobe is the deep drop master, we see. A little bit different program from your usual deep dropping. Fishing for yellow eyes and queenies, you're gonna go ahead and keep dropping and try and get a whole stringer full. This deal, you're looking for one good hoss, so that's why you only use 3 baits. And it looks like we got a good one here. Not a real big one, but he is stopping the reel a little bit with the drag. We got 25 pounds of drag on this reel, so for it to slow down and 25 pounds of drag, it might be a decent fish.
It's got a nice one on there now. Took a few tries here to figure out which way the current was going to move us, and got him coming up now. I've caught him on ballyhoo, squid, bonita, cuda. Whatever you can get fresh is always best. Not frozen, skunky stuff, but these tiles seem to like it all.
Stopping it. We have 25 pounds of drag, and this fish is stopping it, slowing down the drag pretty good there. Look at that. Makes for a longer ride up from 1,000 feet when he starts slowing it up, huh? Let's see what he's got. You know, it's best if you're gonna work with these type of, you know, diamond braid or some of these other products, you wanna go ahead and make sure you wear gloves, because even with gloves, it can mess you up. So you gotta really pay attention when you're using this kind of line. Fishing here in the Gulf Stream, the current pushes you to the north most days, so Bill's having to move the boat forward while we bring this fish up to keep that belly out of the line.
Starting to get close. I'm getting excited. Dinner tonight, coconut encrusted tile fish.
It's a good one, Cobe. Look at that. He's sticking his tongue out at you. That's his swim bladder. And normally if you're catching a bottom fish, obviously not something like this, but you want to go ahead and poke that swim bladder if you are going to let him go. And if you would, check out how this Lingren Pitman hook is just through and through. Extra strong hook, circle hook. Got him right in the corner of the mouth. The more he wiggles, the deeper it goes in. And of course, a rose fish just to add to the excitement. So you've got your appetizer and your dinner with one drop. We're just gonna run through this rig for y'all. What we've got is an 8-pound stick lead, a LP diamond light, which is water activated. As it gets in the water, it's gonna go ahead and turn on. We've got these 3-way extra strong swivels with little droppers here to our LP circle hooks, extra strong. 3 baits up, and then of course we get up to our LP disco ball for the light. You know, down here at 1,000 feet of water, there's not much light down there. So we gotta have something to light our baits up. And we've got our Momoy wind on here to our diamond braid. So that's the rig, and of course your Dolphin Electreel.
Mike, when you hit the bottom, just bring it up about 20 feet, get the belly out of the line, and then drop it back down.
Yeah.
Mike's got him on there now. Took a little trial and error there, but we got him coming now.
Oh, that was really cool. I'll tell you, a little bit of art to this. You don't want to take too much time getting the hang of it at 25 bucks a stick lead. So I did hang one on the bottom here, but managed to get loaded back up and get another bite here. And we're gonna bring this one up and see if it's the target species. Tell you, I'm really impressed with this diamond braid. It just lays on the reel so nice. The one thing about this product I think that the other guys need to figure out is that this stuff is actually round in diameter versus some of the other ones that aren't round. So you can really tie any knot you like, even a square knot, and this stuff holds. And it's very strong, very abrasion resistant. And of course with the 65 pound, The diameter is so thin you can load a pile of line on this. So it's really nice having a small diameter so you can get a lot of line on your reel but still have the strength. So when you're in a tackle store, make sure you look for Diamond fishing products. They do crimps, swivels, mono, fluoro, extra hard line, everything at all the finer tackle shops around. Momoy and Diamond fishing products.
Cobe's gonna take a shot at Geff and Mike's fish and see how that goes.
You know, this is my first time doing this, but you know what we love about fishing is you never know. We always like to catch different fish, go to different locations. We're here off of Fort Lauderdale, fishing in our hometown for something a little different. It's not the most exciting fishing, but you know, in the summer, you get into the summer, you know, you drive around, you don't catch anything for days. It's nice to be able to come out here, look for dolphin, and have an option to do something else like this, deep dropping. Yeah, you gotta be able to justify it. Come home and make sure you got some food. All right? Yep. All right, nice work, Cobe. Thanks, buddy.
You need a lot more finesse to do this than regular dropping.
No doubt.
You gotta lay it down and feel the bite and then hook them.
And here we have a tile fish, fresh off the bottom, aboard the bill collector. Today, it's the tile collector. And don't forget, you know, when you catch one of these beautiful fish, be sure you contact Global Fish Mounts and make sure you get your prized fish put on the wall to be able to tell stories for the rest of your life. Tile fish. All right, well, Carrie's trying her hand at it. This is an acquired talent, I must say. You gotta be patient. It takes you a few tries to get it right between the current and the weight of the lead and dropping it. What we're doing is we make our drops. These baits need to lay in the bottom. So we make our drops and you're constantly letting line out so that it just lays on the bottom. You're compensating for the forward motion of the boat and the current. Dropping it out, you let it sit for a minute or two. If you don't get any bites, you're gonna go ahead and wind it back up, reset it. Kobe, the master, is giving Carrie a few tips on how to do this, deep dropping for tile. Like I said, it's one of those things that takes a little bit of effort to learn how to do it. We're gonna rise up and we're gonna drop it back down. Bill moves the boat forward and we're gonna slowly drop it down. When we get these bites, they're big baits. You're gonna continue to free spool it for a second, let them get that hook and that bait down the hatch, if you will. And then you're gonna push the drag up and come up and try and get that circle hook right in the corner of the mouth. It's a beautiful day here in South Florida. It's always a great day aboard the bill collector with Captain Bill, First Mate Kobe.
Well, Carrie was having trouble finding the bottom and we couldn't figure out why, but a nice big tile ate her bait, so she's got him on now, coming thumping the heck out of that rod.
I think girls are better anglers because they listen. And of course, the girls are lucky, so guys, don't leave your wives or girlfriends at home. Take them out fishing with you.
Look, look, look. Oh.
Here it comes, slow. Keep going, just slow it when you get close. Here he comes. It's a good one. All right, slow down, stop. Oh, it's a nice one, Carrie. Oh, that's a good one. Leave it to Carrie to catch the big one.
I told you Carrie would catch the big one. Now Mike's gonna have his lip out and he's gonna have to try all day to beat that fish.
So these fish grow up to, I think the record's about 66 pounds. This guy's about 25, 28 pounds. They live up to 45 years. So unlike a dolphin or something that has a very quick life, gets to full size in 3 years, these guys take a little bit longer. with tile fish, and it's a nice one. Good job for your first tile, Carrie. Leave it to Carrie to get a big one the first try. Awesome. Just another real adventure aboard the Bill Collector. Well, you saw us fishing in an undisclosed location off of Fort Lauderdale, fishing for golden tile aboard the Bill Collector with Bill and Kobe. Half of the battle is catching it. The other half of the battle is actually preparing it and doing something with it. We're going to actually show you how versatile tile fish is. Hope you're hungry, because we're about to start cooking. A lot of people aren't familiar with tile fish, and it's really a wonderful deep water fish. It's excellent sashimi style. We're gonna go ahead and try some here sashimi. All you gotta do is slice it up, get you some wasabi and some ginger, some soy sauce, and that's all you need. We're gonna do a coconut fried, and we're gonna do a panko or cornmeal fried, because it's versatile.
Corn flour, corn starch, baking soda, baking powder, Old Bay seasoning, a lot, salt, pepper, and beer.
Once the fryer gets hot, you never know what's gonna end up in it. And now we're going with some fried pickles. While the batters are being discussed, we can cut off more sashimi. Oh, look at this. This is our dry. Oh, man. That is wonderful.
Come on, girl.
This is the panko and coconut. So we're gonna see what this one looks like. It looks pretty good. I think I like it raw the best. All right, they're testing the coconut. What do you think? Joyce is gonna give us the, might be a little warm. Is it sweet? Nice.
Very good.
Wheat flour, corn starch, beer, and a few other things.
Well, you know, when the fryer's hot, stand back, because Dave's gonna throw everything in the fryer he can get his hands on. So when you do get some of these nice fish, be sure you talk to somebody, whether your local liquor store or wine spot or what have you, and get a comparable wine with your fish. But tonight, John actually chose the Schaefer Chardonnay. It's a 2006 Napa Valley, a California wine, and it's actually a nice accompaniment to the fish. Come on, Jeff, here you go, coming at you. Lon's in here looking for more sashimi. You know, a lot of people don't think that deep dropping or bottom fishing is a lot of fun, but I gotta tell you, it's exciting because you never know what you're gonna come up with. You know, you drop it down there, you send your ballyhoo or your bonito or your squid or whatever, cuda, whatever you're fishing with, and you send it down to the depths of the ocean, and you never know what you're gonna come up with. But of course, when you're fishing with the Bill Collector, he says you're gonna go out and catch tile. You better believe Bill's gonna put you on some tile fish. That's why they're there. We're gonna catch them, eat them, and enjoy them. Just don't take more than you need. No matter how you cook this stuff, it's all good. And tile fish definitely gets a big thumbs up. Some batters were wet, some batters were dry, some fish were fried, some fish was raw. But I think it just shows how versatile the golden tile fish is.
All right, last batch is in. Absolutely the best.
everybody, and welcome to another episode of Reel Adventures. We're going to be deep dropping for yellow eye snapper, queen snapper, mystic groupers. We're going to be fishing with a great friend of mine, Jolt Zeke, owner of Dolphin Electreel, the #1 electric reel on the market.
Fish deeper, fish longer.
And Marty Orman, what a great guy. He actually owns the Bahama 31 that we went over to the Bahamas on. And Marty's a great guy. He spends about 90% of his life on the phone, on the computer, or watching Bloomberg on C-SPAN. We're gonna be fishing in one of my favorite spots, Bimini. in the Bimini Bay Resort in the beautiful Bahamas.
Marty, thank you very much for supplying the boat. Thank you very much for supplying the reels. And you guys get ready for another reel adventure.
If you own a center console boat, any center console boat, and you live here on the east coast of Florida, chances are you've been to Bimini or you want to go to Bimini. Bimini is just 45 miles off the east coast of Florida. From my house in Jupiter, Florida, all the way to Bimini is 81 miles. That's no big deal. You can be there in just a couple of hours. Now I want to tell you something. If you've got a boat, big boat, small boat, any size boat, and you go to Bimini, Bimini Bay Resort has what you need. They have a marina that can fit anything. 100+ foot motor yachts, big sport fishing yachts. They've got twin 50 amp plugs, 30 amp plugs, 110. Not to mention they've got big, solid concrete floating docks. And you know as well as I do with the tide going up and down, all your lines, if you've got a floating dock, it makes it so much easier to tie your boat up and get everything set. They have all the amenities of home. They've got a couple of restaurants there at Bimini Bay Resort that are top notch. Bimini Bay Resort, they have it all. This is the Bahamas, home of cobalt blue water and tons of fish. If you know me, you know that I am not the most organized human being on earth, and sometimes my mind is working faster than my body can keep up with. Many times it's working faster than my body can keep up with and other people trying to clean up around me can keep up with. And on our trip to Bimini, I had everything ready, except I forgot my leads.
What you need, sir?
I'd like a couple sea witches,
Yes,
and I
sir.
need some lead to go deep dropping,
No
and I need
problem.
some squid.
We got it.
Let's go.
Follow me to you.
Leads, trolling leads, hooks. Literally, if you had nothing, you could walk in there and pretty much outfit your boat.
What you don't see, I'm sure. I'm Captain B. That's me.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. If you're watching a deep dropping show on TV, it's not the most exciting thing in the world. But what I'm doing as a TV show host, what I'm doing with the show is I'm showing you different options that you have available to you. There is a serious amount of skill that goes into catching a large amount of bottom fish, especially when you get over 600, 700, 800 feet deep. You need to know how to position the boat. You need to know how much lead to use. You need to know what size hooks to use. And I'm gonna do my best through Reel Adventures to show you how to use a Dolphin Electreel and a bottom rig to catch more fish on the bottom. When we made that trip to Bimini, my #1 objective was putting the Dolphin Electreel through Camp Arrington. I wanted to give it as much work as I could.
Jury's still out, but I know I've got at least one. Tell you what, we look at a lot of product with Reel Adventures. You know, having a TV show that airs all over the country, everybody wants you to try their equipment. And Thumbdinger has created a product that I just love to death. I use it a lot when I'm sword fishing and deep dropping. It has found its home. He's a nice fish, he keeps stopping it. Now I could put more drag on, but the way I look at it, I try to finesse them, you know? You know, and if you were really motivated, you could hand crank. But I just am not that motivated. Here he is. Mystic grouper, baby. That is called a 7-band mystic grouper. Typically caught in 1,000 to 1,200 feet of water. And if he's here, his big brother lives here also. That's just a baby. Still, you know, obviously it's a keeper. You can't release them because they come from so deep. But what a beautiful fish. 7-band mystic grouper.
As a TV show host, I am showing you what I believe the best product on the market is. And so we are very careful to show you what works the best for us. And the Dolphin Electreel has never, ever let me down. Seriously, the Dolphin Electreel is a lot of fun. You can catch some of the best eating fish you have ever had the opportunity to eat, and they're a lot of fun to catch.
Nice. Beautiful.
All right, guys.
You 3. There you go. Nice yellow eye right there. They come in all sizes.
I think that's a great catch. I want to see more, and the big ones.
Right there, he caught 3 snapper on that drop. The one on the bottom right here with a little bit of the neon blue is a silky snapper, and that's a yellow eye, and this is a yellow eye as well. All 3 of them are great to eat. You catch them out here in the deep water. They love squid, cut bonita, cut barracuda, anything. Drop down, fire it up. This right here is future dinner. It's so funny having Jolt out here. He makes the baddest electric reel on the face of the earth. We're out here catching these yellow eye snappers. He's putting them to sleep. He wants to catch something like Jaws or a 2,000-pound swordfish to see exactly what his reels are made for. I don't think these yellow eyes are really exciting them.
Oh. It's the price you gotta pay to be on TV, big boy.
Yeah, I don't have hair on my chest, but I got hair in my nose.
Generally speaking, businesses that are very successful, they're very successful because they have successful systems in place. And you know what? Fishing is no different.
With Bimini Bay being so close to the U.S., just 45 miles away, you get so excited to go to the Bahamas. I know a lot of my friends, and I know I've been victim of this myself. You literally pack everything you got on the boat, you run over here, and the next thing you know, you're all disorganized. The best suggestion I could say to you is literally figure out what you want to do. Bring a nice deep drop reel. Middle of the day, the bite shuts off. You can always take some bonita chunks, ballyhoo chunks, squid, any type of cut bait, send it down to the bottom. Now, there's a few systems that you need to keep in place. This is a Shimano Stella on a nice stout graphite rod. Next, you always want to have a trolling rod. So what you're left with is you're left with just a select amount of rods that each have their own purpose. There's so many things you can catch with these rods. You know where they are, you know what they're used for, their systems, put them into play and watch what happens. You're gonna be more effective because you're gonna be more organized and you're gonna be ready for whatever happens. Okay, Jolt. You've had that lure out there for exactly 2 minutes now and you've got your second fish on.
When you're sport fishing, whether it be deep dropping, bottom fish, whatever, a lot of times you're fishing for a particular fish in order to use it for bait. And a lot of people discount that. They overlook it and they don't enjoy it. We were fishing for barracuda. Most people are like, it's just a barracuda. Well, you know what? That gave us a very good opportunity. Strike Pro is a great new lure company that's came on board. We've been using their lures for about a year now, and I'm telling you what, one word, success, high catch rates. These lures are incredible, and the barracudas were all over it.
Barracuda, it's what's for bait.
It worked. We had a great time catching the barracudas, and you know what else? We got some great bottom bait.
There you go, just like that. Barracuda. We've caught 5 really, really fast. 3 of the 5 were on that Strike Pro. We are now going bottom fishing. The hunt's on, begins right now. One of the nice things about having the Sea Sucker cutting board, literally you can put it anywhere, keep it out of the way. This closes, we just open it up. I suction the cutting board right on the bottom to keep from cutting on the gel coat. I'm just gonna make us some fresh barracuda strips for our deep drop. Sea Sucker makes a whole variety of very versatile, very useful products, not just cutting boards. They make rod holders, tank rack holders, they have storage devices, you name it, cup holders. And the great thing about Sea Sucker is you never have to drill another hole in your boat. If you need it today, like let's say today we need this right here. And just put this right here. Put it on when you need it, take it off when you don't. All right, I've got my partner, Jolt. Jolt's the man behind the Dolphin Electreel. This is his first time ever coming out fishing with me. And I've got the Godzilla rig rigged up here. It's got everything from 5/0 owner circle hooks all the way up to 16/0 Mustad circle hooks. A whole assortment of different sizes of leaders and tag lengths. And the trick is, I want to find out what works. I've got the rod and the rod holder hooked up. Whenever I get to the spot that I want to fish on, I'm going to stop the boat. He's going to drop it. We're going to drop it all the way to the bottom. We've got very little current, very little tide, very little wind, just enough wind to keep you from burning up. And the number's right over here, just marking fish all over the place. Save, I want to save that too. When you're driving around and you're marking fish, you're getting good numbers, save it. And then what you can do is you can start figuring out, okay, I can make a drift here, I can make a drift here, I can make a drift here, and then you're not dropping on the exact same spot the whole time.
We all have friends that are unique, and Marty Orman, what a great guy. He loves to fish, and you know what? He had never done any deep dropping for that matter. And he caught a few fish, and sure enough, man, he's coming up. Me and him had this little, competition going on, and he caught a snapper bigger than mine. And just as he gets it to the surface, it flops off the hook, and it really wasn't gonna go anywhere. But dude, Marty was like a golden retriever of Labrador. Boom, boom, in the water after that fish. Marty, you just moved up a notch on my book. That puts you at notch 1. And I've got to admit, Marty, you caught a bigger yellow-eye snapper than I.
Real adventure. I'll be the first one to tell you folks, if you don't have a Spot personal satellite tracker, you're missing the boat. It's a great way to let your friends know you're all right. It's a great way to let your friends know you're having a great day. All I've got to do is turn it on. Green light comes on. See the green light? Hold OK down for 2 seconds. It blinks. Just like that, there's been an email sent to all my friends and family that I've got set up through Spot's system. There's a set of GPS numbers. If you click on those numbers, a map comes up. They can zoom right in and they'll know exactly where I'm at. If something bad were to have happened, I hit 911. Help is on the way. Spot. It's your life. Live to tell about it.
Yo, check.
There he goes, right there. There he is. That's him there. To me, what's cool is coming out here and you've got a challenge ahead of you. That challenge is figuring out the current, figuring out the wind, figuring out, A, what these fish want to eat on a daily basis, because it always changes, coming out here and getting the bite and catching the fish. Keep stopping that reel. One thing you can guarantee, there's 3 things. 1, you're gonna die. 2, you're gonna pay taxes, that or go to jail. And 3, Dolphin Electreels ain't no joke. They're bringing the heat. You turn it on and let the good times roll. It's good fish. Look at this, huh?
Mystic groupers. It's a 7-band grouper, deep water. Typically, you'll never find them under 1,000 feet of water. And you know what? The bigger they are, the harder they pull. They've got big fleshy lips. They're very much like a Nassau or a red grouper, almost the exact same body structure. They love big drop-offs, ledges, hard bottom, and deep water.
Nice job. It's been a great trip. It really has. Learned something new, having a great time.
I'm telling you right now, that's gonna be some fine eating.
Well, the people there at the restaurant at Bimini Bay Resort were nice enough. After they had cleaned up and basically closed down for the night, they let me come in and cook one of my favorite dishes, coconut-crusted grouper fingers. You've got boneless, skinless grouper fingers. You bread it, put a little egg wash on it, and roll it in coconut and pan fry it. Piece of cake. Now the chef, I gotta admit, was a little worried when I about burned down the kitchen, but we had some sauteed vegetables and that coconut-crusted grouper fingers and a little coconut rum glaze, and we were able to sit around and talk about what a great trip we had had. That's sort of what Bimini is. It's a great time. Take a few friends over there, just enjoy yourself. Bimini Bay Resort and Marina. All your amenities. You've got beautiful pools, you've got great restaurants. There are houses that are completely done. They call them tree houses, but they're basically just a beautiful Caribbean style house. You've got condos that are gorgeous. If you're thinking about buying a house in the Bahamas, a little Caribbean getaway, Bimini Bay Resort, it's definitely worth looking at. And if you look at it hard enough, you're gonna wind up buying one because there's great fishing, there's great people, a lot of fun. No matter where I go, whether it's a trip to the Bahamas or just out offshore fishing, whenever I come back, I'm docking my boat at Castaways Marina in Jupiter, Florida. My first stop is always Castaways Marina in the Square Group, or this place rocks. I'm up here with my good friend Tom Jackson. This guy kills it. He's an up-and-coming country music singer. He's gonna sing you guys Southern Thing. Thanks for watching, and stick around.
We're able, we'll put beans on the table, work a 12-hour shift to bring the bacon home. Doing a little wishing now we could be going fishing on. All of this working hasn't really put a hurting on the time we spend with our old coon dogs. Could be on the lake instead, my aching back is breaking up. That's just the way that things are. Around here, gators in the backyard. We drive rusty cars. We raise a little bit of hell, yeah. Around here, church is full on Sunday. We say, sir and ma'am. We serve justice with a shotgun. It's a Southern thing, y'all.